Our journey begins at the rather unattractive and almost unobtrusive entrance to this major waterway at Reading called Kennet's Mouth. It's marked by an equally unpretentious and difficult-to-see sign. Kennet's Mouth is spanned by a complicated series of foot and railway bridges, the first being the strangely named Horseshoe Bridge. The last bridge is carrying the high-speed electrified line that we're going to see much more of during our westward waterway journey. Immediately, the character of the Kennet through Reading assumes that of a confined concrete-lined channel, a fact that doesn't seem to bother the local swan population, as it provides easy access to regular food supplies from passing walkers. More human needs are satisfied by the attractions of the Fisherman's Cottage pub with its distinctive waterway frontage. Although the mooring here may look inviting, it isn't a safe place to stop overnight. The current through here is quite strong. The nearby Blake's Lock Museum has an unusual and wide-ranging collection of exhibits illustrating the history of Reading and the town's two rivers. Very much a compact and hands-on museum, visitors large and small can enjoy at first hand Romany caravans and ancient fire appliances and tableaux featuring local wildlife and historic costumes.
So you'd have these on, you'd have two petticoats, and then you'd have your big skirt over the top.
So you'd have like 4 layers of clothing on your bottom, and then you'd have to try and walk around.
Not to mention your corset, we haven't said corset.
Oh goodness, you'd have to wear corsets as well. I'll let the lady explain to you.
Children can even blow bubbles through old clay pipes, perhaps a more sensible use than smoking tobacco. For the waterway enthusiast, there's an absolute gem of a corner housing a display of genuine historic, traditional canal-painted ware and other artefacts from the cabins and exteriors of working narrowboats and other craft. Nobody really knows how the Roses and Castles theme became so popular among boaters. Tony Lurie develops the idea that it reflects a style that was popular with early Victorian furniture and clockmakers in his excellent book on boat painting, in which he discovers many examples of stylised castles. There's a truly splendid collection of original Thames Conservancy boat registration plates spanning the period from 1916 right up to the Second World War. Reading was once a monastic town. The 13th century Abbey Gatehouse was renovated by the great Victorian architect Scott, and Jane Austen went to school here. The abbey itself is in fragmentary ruins. It once housed a community of Benedictine monks. It was built by Henry I, who intended it to be his final resting place, and he was indeed buried here. During his lifetime, he endowed it generously, making it one of the wealthiest abbeys in Britain. The English Parliament is recorded as having sat here from time to time. After the dissolution, it became a minor royal residence until it was irreparably sacked during the Civil War. Alongside the abbey you can find peace and calm in the beautifully kept Forbury Park, guarded, it seems, by the magnificent Lion Memorial. Reading Jail too was built by Scott in the Scottish baronial style, a point that is probably lost on those incarcerated within its walls. They have famously included Oscar Wilde, remembered for the Ballad of Reading Jail and all that. The narrowing of the channel through the centre of Reading was caused by the building of Simmons Brewery in the 1880s. Although the brewery has long gone and the riverside has been recently redeveloped as the ultra-modern Oracle shopping centre, the narrow and sometimes fast-flowing channel will always be known by boaters by its original nickname of the Brewery Gut. The section between the historic single arch of High Bridge and County Lock is operated as a one-way system, controlled by traffic lights at either end. It all looks calm and peaceful here during summer flows, but we came back in the autumn to show you how the brewery gut looks after heavy rainfall. Navigating through here would be a very tricky business. Just look at all that water coming over the weir at County Lock on an overcast autumn day. County Lock is the first British waterways controlled structure that you come to on the Kennet.